Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible. Now for a moment of silence.
Good morning, Donna North High School. Today is Wednesday, April 19th, 2017, and I'm glad to see everyone here. Today we are going to start out the morning by we're going to go ahead and have our drawing. So Mr. Rufino Lopez is our truancy officer. And before we do the drawing, I do have an update. For the next 6 weeks, Mr. Rufino Lopez, beginning tomorrow, he will now be out there in the cafeteria area at a table assisting all of you with your time buyback contracts. And so please make sure that you capitalize on that time and go over and check with him. If you need to get on a contract because you do have excessive unexcused absences, that is a wonderful time for you to start making better decisions at that point. So it's never too late. We are here to help you and to guide you. If those of you that are on your contracts and you need to get checked off, remember that has to happen every week. Then he will be there to do that. So you no longer will have to wait in the front office. He's going to go out there before school and during the lunch hours. Both lunch hours, he will be out there answering your questions, checking your logs, and available to help you get you back on the right track with your attendance. Yesterday, our attendance was at 90.36. It continues to be very, very low. Just a reminder, our target is 96% as a campus. And last week, we didn't have any grade level that met the 96% as a grade level. We also didn't have anyone that qualified, any class that qualified for the popcorn bash. And so, I will continue to monitor that, and every day I'll share that information with you. So we do have the drawing. This week we had 782 students that qualified for the drawing. We do have 3 wireless speakers left. Today we're going to give one away. And so the lucky winner is, let's see who that is. We have a process, so we want to make sure that it's always random, and that's why we do it this way. One, two, three. Here we go. The winner is Fernando Ortega Hernandez. So Fernando Ortega Hernandez, you are the winner of this week's wireless speaker. So please come by with Mr. Lopez. And as a reminder, starting tomorrow, he will be out there in the cafeteria available to help all of you with your questions. So I do want to remind our students that the counselors right now are meeting with the freshman class and for pre-registration purposes. So if you have any questions, it is a perfect time to ask them. We are starting to plan for next year. We're building your schedules. We're very excited about that. As you know, you will be taking end of course the first week of May. And so, all of that, it's a wonderful opportunity to make sure you do your best and that you exceed the standard for end of course, because that's going to ultimately help you with the pre-registration process, and you'll get all those wonderful classes that you want to take as electives. So make sure you do your best. So Another thing that the counselors are going to be doing is they're going to start to pass out summer school applications for you students that are going to need that extra help during the summer to continue to recover your credits, to make up the time that you owe because you have lost credit due to compulsory attendance. And so, or if you want to get ahead, summer school is also a great thing for that. So you'll be getting those applications from your counselors very, very soon. I want to please remind all teachers, make sure you have posted your grades and that all incompletes and no grades have been figured out and have been posted as a grade. As you know, we're already doing rankings and we need to start closing out the school year. So teachers, please make sure that you've already checked. The administration will be visiting with you if you are still missing any grades. So students, please make sure that you've made arrangements to complete any work that you may owe. And so we remind Donna North High School to have a wonderful Wednesday. For Mr. Ortega Hernandez, please make sure that you come by and pick up your speaker. And I remind Donna North High School to be humble, work hard, and be kind. See you tomorrow, Donna North.
Good morning, wonderful students from Donna North High School. Here we are again. I'm Mrs. Gonzalez.
And I'm Ms. Suguero.
And we are coming from our accounting department with a few announcements and the word of the week.
And this week, our word is self-discipline. What does self-discipline mean? Well, self-discipline is the ability to control one's feelings and one's weaknesses. The ability to pursue what one thinks is right despite the temptation to abandon it. So, self-discipline, which W.K. Hope said, is when your conscience tells you to do something and you don't talk back. In other words, your conscience is saying, do this, and you do it because that's the right thing to do.
That's right. Always do what's right, even when it's costly or sometimes it's even difficult. Be true to yourself. Show the best self that you can be. Live up to the highest ethical standards. And don't compromise your values by giving in to temptation or your peer pressure. You always want to have your integrity and self-discipline. Okay, so anything else, Ms. Figueroa?
Well, I think with self-discipline, we have to remember it's also willpower. Having the willpower to control yourself and to make the right decisions. Not just if someone says, let's go do this, and you know that that's not right, your conscience is telling you that's not right. Well, self-discipline is the willpower to say, no, I need to do this other thing and do the right thing.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so before we get into our words of wisdom, we'd like to make a few announcements. As you know, students, we are getting down to the final end of the year, and so this is when it's going to get crazy. So we'd like to talk to seniors first. You know, if you have a Plato prescription, time is running out. We have only until May the 19th to get that done. And that goes for everybody else that also has a Plato prescription. You need to work diligently on that computer so that you can try to pick those grades up the way that we hope you can and you will. We also have summer school coming up, so we're going to be registering students by this Friday, and our applications must be turned in by the 28th. Summer school will be held at Donna High School this year. And then attendance. You want to comment?
Attendance is very, very important, not just for seniors, for every one of you. Keep in mind that there is a law that we have to follow, and you have to have a certain amount of attendance. If you don't, your grades can be withheld, and that's sad. When you're passing, you're getting good grades, but because of attendance, your grades are going to be withheld, which could cause you not to pass to the next grade level or not graduate. So please, this goes to all students, especially to our seniors. Make sure that you're here daily on it and on time. No tardies, because tardies accumulate and they go into absences.
We don't want your credits to be denied. And then teachers. You can do that part. Grades.
Teachers, make sure that the grades are in. Make sure that if students are making up failing grades, that you've given them assignments. Make sure that they're turning it in, you're grading them, and you're making those changes accordingly.
Okay, so if there are any no grades or incompletes on your report card, students, please meet with your teachers to make sure that you clear those, because we don't want you to end up at the end of the school year and not having anything, and then you will not receive credit for that course. So please be diligent with this and meet with your teachers, make arrangements to do whatever you need to do to get these grades posted. Deal. If you want to live a truly successful life, you have to learn how to control these feelings, or you will do and say things you later regret. You will act out in ways that can have serious consequences. People have lost fabulous opportunities because they weren't able to control their emotions.
Okay. An ancient Chinese philosopher, Lao Tzu, once wrote that the person who conquers others is strong, but the person who conquers himself is mighty. Strong in this case means physically tough. Mighty means impressive and powerful. Lao Tzu is saying that it is far better to conquer your negative emotions than to use physical strength to control others. And when you learn how to handle your emotions appropriately, you will have the personal power to do mighty things for yourselves and for others.
So,
With
something to think about, this is Mrs. Gonzalez.
and Ms. Silguero,
Make it a great day or not. The choice is yours.